Hey guys, what's up? It's Bradley, the God of Nerds here, and I'm here with another book review. This is Marvel's 75th Anniversary Omnibus. This right here is one of my all-time favorite omnibuses that I own. Basically, it is a collection of some of the most important or iconic issues in Marvel's history. Now, this stops at about 2013, so it's not completely up to date, but it is still a really great read. I love this front cover here. Yeah, Peter Parker reading Marvel Comics #1, the very first Marvel comic book ever. And then you got this really cool showcase of a bunch of different Marvel heroes. I really love that. Ghost Rider, Hulk, Punisher in the corner. Yeah, that's a great cover on the back here. And then this is the contents of the book. So back in like 2013, Marvel did a poll on their online website, basically asking fans what they thought were the most important or iconic stories in Marvel history. They had to pick the top 75 issues. Marvel did that, and then after that, Marvel took what they thought was the most important issues and they put them together in this one book. And in the very back of the book, they have the rest of the issues that the fans chose. So this is the contents of the book. So it starts off with Captain America Comics #1, the first appearance of Captain America. Fantastic Four #1, first appearance of the Fantastic Four. Incredible Hulk #1, first appearance of Hulk. Amazing Fantasy 15, first appearance of Spider-Man. Avengers #1, first appearance of the Avengers. And then it has Amazing Spider-Man 31, 32, and 33. And that is together the If This Be My Destiny trilogy. Then we have the Galactus trilogy with Fantastic Four 48, 49, and 50. Amazing Spider-Man #50, which is Spider-Man No More. Avengers #57, which is the first appearance of the Vision. Amazing Spider-Man #121 and 122, which is, spoiler alert, is the death of Gwen Stacy. That's what that covers. Incredible Hulk 181, I believe, and that's the first appearance of Wolverine. Giant Size X-Men #1, the first appearance of the all-new X-Men, so like Colossus, Storm, Nightcrawler, a lot of those popular characters. And then we have X-Men 141 and 142. That is the Days of Future Past storyline. Then it goes to Daredevil 181, and that is the death of Elektra. We have Marvel graphic novel #1, The Death of Captain Marvel. Marvel graphic novel #5, which is X-Men God Loves, Man Kills, which is what X2 was loosely based off of. We have the Mighty Thor I believe 383, and that's the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill. I keep forgetting his name. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man what is that one? Amazing Spider-Man 285, and this is a really iconic issue due to the side story that's actually in this. It's not even what is in the main issue. And then we have Fantastic Four 286, I believe, and then this was another popular issue as well, has a really touching, heartfelt story. We have Marvel's #1, which is the first issue in Alex Ross and Kurt Busiek's iconic 90s miniseries. We got X-Men Alpha, which is the start of the Age of Apocalypse storyline from the mid-90s. We got Thunderbolts #1, first appearance of the Thunderbolts. Amazing Spider-Man #36 from 2001. This was the 9/11 issue, basically showing like how Spider-Man reacted to the events of 9/11. We have Ultimates #1, which is delves into the Ultimate Universe and shows the Ultimates. We got Captain America #25 from 2007. This is the Civil War epilogue, and basically it's, spoiler alert, the death of Captain America at the time. We have Amazing Spider-Man #700, where, again, at the time, was the death of Peter Parker. And then we have Hawkeye #11 as kind of just like a random little issue. I think this was like one of the most recent issues when this book came out, so I think they just kind of added it in just to be like, hey, here's something super recent. And then the book retails $100 US, $113 Canada. And with this book being almost 10 years old, you can actually get this book fairly cheap. Like I've seen most copies on eBay go between like 50 and 60 bucks. So not that bad at all for a book of this size. It runs at 1,000 pages almost exactly. So you're getting a pretty thick book for a decent price. So now, I'll take the dust jacket off. And one thing I love is that the actual book cover is the exact same as the dust jacket. I really like that. And then I'll take this other side off. Oh, oops. Oh, well. You know, we'll just go like this. All right, because it's kind of hard to do this one-handed. So we will go ahead, flip this through. 75 years of Marvel. And then over here, this is talking about the whole online poll thing, just describing why they made this book. Table of contents, a lot of iconic issues for such, you know, a great price and in a good book. So again, yeah, we start off with Captain America Comics #1, first appearance of Captain America punching Hitler. That was iconic. I'm just gonna skim through here a bit. Steve Rogers getting the super soldier serum, turning into big boy, thick boy. And then, him meeting Bucky, Bucky becoming a sidekick. And this is kind of funny because, like, Bucky just comes into his tent. He's like, holy crap, you're Captain America. And the Captain America's like, you know what? We should work together. Even though this kid's like 12 years old, he's like, hey, let's go fight Nazis together. Captain America wasn't very smart, I would assume. Keep flipping through here. Oh, yep, and here we go. Fantastic Four #1. First appearance of the Fantastic Four. And at the time, back in the late 50s, early 60s, one of Marvel's biggest sellers was like giant monster stories. So Stan Lee and them thought to introduce a new superhero group, they thought it'd be really smart to make the cover look like another giant, just a giant monster book to really captivate the current readers. And inside was secretly a superhero story. And this was Marvel's biggest selling issue of that year. And then, yeah, they were a huge success in the 60s. People really loved them, and that's why it was called the greatest comic magazine for so long. And then we have Incredible Hulk #1, first appearance of the Hulk. Amazing Spider-Man 15, first appearance of Spider-Man. Here's some more. Show this cover. Avengers #1, first appearance of the Avengers. Loki. I'm excited for the next season of his show. I like that first season. Flip here some more. Spider-Man. Oh, yep. And then in a couple pages here, this is that iconic cover of Spider-Man trapped under the steel. And then they kind of referenced this a little bit at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming when Tom Holland's Peter's trapped under all that wreckage. And he has to lift himself out. And then this right here, this is a beautiful panel. Really well done artwork. I believe this was John Romita Sr. that was doing this artwork at the time. Or was it still? No, this is still Steve Ditko. Oh yeah, this is still Steve Ditko, so my apologies. Ooh, some Inhumans action in the Fantastic Four book. And this book literally has almost everybody. I think some of the only characters that are missing that I wish we would have seen something from is Doctor Strange and Ghost Rider. Like, other than those two characters, we see pretty much all the other major Marvel characters in this book at one point or another, which is really cool. Skip some more through here because I don't want to make this video 20 minutes long. I could talk about this book for hours, man, I swear. Oh, yep, and then here, that iconic page, Gwen falling, Spider-Man shooting the web. It catches her leg, but this little detail down here, that snapping sound. And we kind of know how that all ended. This is a great read. I love this panel too, just showing Peter and Gwen's relationship. I love that. Ooh, first appearance of Wolverine, taking down the Hulk, the new X-Men. And then this is when the X-Men really got popular too. It was like the late 70s into the 80s. They really got really successful. Oh, the death of Elektra from Bullseye, which was referenced in the Ben Affleck Daredevil film. I believe this, oh, Thanos, yep, this is the death of Captain Marvel. This is X-Men God Loves, Man Kills. This is that Fantastic Four issue, which was really, it's a really heart-touching story. Marvels, I love this book so much. I love Alex Ross. He's probably one of my favorite comic book artists. I just love how realistic his art looks and that he really brings these characters to life. Like, look at this. That's incredible. I gotta reread Marvels. It's been a while since I've read that book. We're gonna keep going. We got the Thunderbolts. Oh, yep, and here's the 9/11 issue. Yeah, this was crazy. Look at that. Spider-Man just witnessing one of the towers going down. This is a really good read too. This is pretty touching. Just seeing how the Marvel heroes reacted to something that tragic. Oh yeah, this is the Captain America issue when he was assassinated. And then we get into Amazing Spider-Man number 700. This is a nice cover, all the different Spider-Men. Basically, this is the start of Superior Spider-Man, where Peter Parker and Dr. Octopus switch bodies because Dr. Octopus is dying. And so Peter's trapped in Dr. Octopus's dying body, and it ends with this really touching final showdown. Let's see if I can flip to the finale here. Kind of reminds me of like the Harry Potter and Voldemort scene where they're like, we're ending this together the way we started it, and then just crashing through the window and falling to the ground below. And it's kind of sad because everyone on the outside, like MJ and all them, they think it's Peter that's killing Dr. Octopus, but instead they're actually watching Peter die unknowingly. And so Octavius dies, or Peter technically dies, and Octavius became the new Spider-Man. And he feels bad because he now has Peter's memories, and so he promises to Peter that he will try to be you know, the next Spider-Man and do the best that he can. And that's pretty much where that ends. And then we just have this little extra little issue in the back of here with Hawkeye and Kate Bishop, and it's the whole issue is just centered around Pizza, Lucky the pizza dog, and it's just like a little nice adventure with him. And then we come to the back here, and in the back here, the last few pages, this is the full top 75 list of issues that Marvel fans picked as the most important issues in Marvel history. Now, some of these I do kind of wish they still added into this book. I feel like they could have added a couple of extra issues in here, but it's whatever. It's still a great book nonetheless. That's the last page there. They picked the top five issues were the Dark Phoenix Saga, Daredevil Born Again, Kraven's Last Hunt, Civil War, and number 1 was the Death of Gwen Stacy, which, I mean, rightfully so. That was a tremendously huge turning point in the Spider-Man franchise. So that is that, guys. That is Marvel's 75th Anniversary Omnibus. I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you want to get this, you can get it on pretty much any website that sells comic books. So I will catch y'all next time. See ya.